Hello, everybody. Welcome to my next YouTube video of explaining the story time about what was going on 5 days ago and why I almost got Baker acted but didn't. Okay, before we get started, I just want to give everybody a heads up that I have tried my best to keep up with my story time by posting my storylines on each and every one of my stories on Instagram. And unfortunately, Instagram would not allow me. I even try my best to repost it, keep reposting it, and still Instagram keeps on playing games with me. So from now on, I'm just gonna not post anything on my story anymore and just stick with posting my story time on YouTube on this video. But anyways, so the story time is about that. Okay, I came back from the beach after I stayed there overnight, right? And yeah, I had a great time. I only went over there just to relieve all the stress that I had built up for 2 weeks or so. And just to help clear my thoughts, because I haven't been to the beach in a very long time. So my friend came along and wanted to join in the fun with me while we were about to leave at the beach. And he stayed there with me for like more than 30 minutes. So after we left the beach, we got some McDonald's and yeah. And as I got home, yeah, that's when my mom starts problems. So she yelled, she bickered, she said, that's not normal. Normal people don't do that. And you could have got hurt, you could have got killed, you could have got raped, Nonsense she was saying, a lot of nonsense. So I kept my cool, I kept it cordial, and I was still high. I was like, listen, I am way too high to be dealing with your nonsense. And my friend is right here. So when my friend leaves, I'm going to make sure I have a very good talk with you and deal with you later. And she even embarrassed me in front of my friend. So, okay. After me and my friend hung out and he left my crib, that's when, okay, I didn't want to say anything to her for the rest of the night. So what I did was I told and called my cousin that my mother hurt my feelings and what she said was so mean. And she was just being so bitter for nothing, for no reason. So, yeah, she said, don't worry, honey. I'll make sure I have a good talk with your mother. And my cousin is the only family member that cares about me and has my back whenever my mom starts issues with me every time. So, and mind y'all, this isn't the first time I have to deal with my mom's mess. She does that a lot. Whenever I come home from hanging out with friends, she always does that. Bicker, yell, even threaten me to put me somewhere that I would not belong, Yada, yada, yada. So, anyways, so yeah. As I told my friends about my problems on the phone, that's when I overheard my mother telling my family members and my closest and her closest friends about my personal business. And that got me even more pissed off and embarrassed. And I was like, dude, are you kidding me? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you go around telling people my business, talking about I bring different men into the house, smoke weed, and having sex with them? Okay, I'm a grown-ass woman at the end of the day. So what? That's not their business to know. Like, what's the point of you telling them and embarrassing me like that? So yeah, later that night, I decided just to do some chores around the house just to help clear my thoughts and to, help get my mind off of it. But yet, it wasn't helping. I mean, it did help at first, but I was still upset. So yeah, it was around 4 a.m. in the morning. Everybody was asleep. I couldn't find anyone to talk to. So I just thought it would be a better option just to call suicide hotline. Just to tell them my problems instead. And I promise I wasn't suicidal. I wasn't having any suicidal thoughts. All I wanted was someone to talk to. So, yeah. So anyway, um, my mother overheard me threatening I was gonna kill her, which that's not true. I never threatened my mom to kill her. So she called the police because she thought I was gonna do something really dangerous, but no. Because as a human being, I say random crazy stuff when I'm angry. We all do. So all I said to my mom through text messages, don't ever speak to me ever again. Don't ever bother asking me for help. That was so foul of you to be embarrassing me like that by telling people what I do behind closed doors. I mean, I know you wouldn't like it if I do it to you. So why do it to me? So yeah, chaos started. My brother and my mother ganged up on me and start yelling, and yeah, I don't want to say the rest, but yeah. They kept saying, oh, I'm spreading lies. I've been talking about the topic all day. I'm like, okay, and so what? So what? I have every right to tell all my friends what was going on and what you guys did. So why not? I shouldn't tell them. I have every right to tell them. Yeah, so I was yelling. I was feeling so manic. I keep telling them to leave me alone, get out of my face. I am on the phone with Suicide Hotline and they can hear you. You are doing too much. Get the fuck out of my face. Leave me the fuck alone. If you want me to stop yelling and acting so manic, I suggest you give me some space and to leave me alone. It's really not that hard. So yeah, they were being hard-headed. They were being annoying. They kept talking over me, and my mom called the police unnecessarily and told them I was going to hurt her, which is not true. I wasn't going to hurt her. All I wanted was someone to talk to and somebody to help me feel better. That's all. And yeah, and then 20 minutes later, the police arrived and ridiculous timing. So I told the police, listen, whatever you do, I'm so sorry for wasting your guys' time, because my mother unnecessarily called the police and said I was going to hurt her. And I told them about everything that happened. So the police the police officers were so nice to me. They understood the scenario. And yeah, they said I wasn't in trouble or anything. All I wanted for the situation just to be settled. That's all. And, so what made it worse is that my mom lied and told the police that I had schizophrenia and I had schizophrenic episodes, which is not true because I looked through my medical documents most of my life and it never says I had schizophrenia and was never born with it. So yeah, there was no proof for her to say that I had schizophrenia. And the reason why she lied to the police, because she wanted me to get Baker acted again. She wanted the police officers to take me away from home. And I didn't want that happening. And I tried my best to prevent for the police officers to get me away from the house. All I wanted was to stay in the house and just sleep, enjoy myself, and calm myself. And the police officers asked me if I took any medications or kept up with therapy, and I was being honest, and I said no. And yeah, and then that's when the police said they want to help me seek therapy again. And yeah, I started, and they said they want me to take me to Memorial Regional, and I started crying. I'm like, no, don't do this, please, please, please. This is all just a big misunderstanding. This is all just, a ridiculous situation that shouldn't have. Okay. Yeah, this is all just a ridiculous mistake, big mistake. And the reason why it was so stupid for them to call the police on me is because my coping mechanism and my thoughts were to stop by at the beach where I was at last time just to help relieve all the stress that what was going on with me. Yeah, all I wanted was to go to the beach. I really didn't want to go back to the mental hospital at all for the situation that was going on at home privately. So So yeah, the police took me over there to the Memorial Hospital, right? And yeah, I was still crying. I was so afraid. I'm like, Lord, please do whatever you can and make sure I don't get Baker acted. I haven't been Baker acted for 5 years. And I feel like dealing with this has really messed up my progress. So, yeah, while I was sitting at the waiting room, the other hospital room, whatever it's called, emergency room, so they took blood and urine from me, and they even asked questions. If I smoke, if I do other drugs, do other substance, drink alcohol, am I having suicidal thoughts? Am I hearing voices? All I said was no. I don't drink alcohol or do other drugs except marijuana because I'm a stoner, of course. So, yeah. And I explained the psych nurses and the doctors about what was going on. I even told them it was all just a really big misunderstanding. It was just an unnecessary mistake because, et cetera, et cetera. My mother did something that really pissed me off. I couldn't get my mind off of it. And she thought I threatened her and called the police on me, thought I was going to hurt her. And she lied to the police and told them that I was having schizophrenic episodes and told the police I was schizophrenia. But yeah, the doctors understood. They didn't see any proof inside my medical documents saying that I was born with schizophrenia, which I never was. So yeah, it was only in the afternoon that I was still inside the hospital. So they didn't want to keep me there. Thank God they didn't keep me there. So they let me have my phone back. They let me have the clothes back. I took off my hospital gown and replaced it of wearing the clothes I was wearing. They let me have my jewelry back because they let me take out 4 of my ear piercings, but I put them back in. And so yeah, the nurses from the hospital, they gave me an Uber ride back home for my discharge plan. So yeah, I got discharged, and I only stayed at the hospital for like 12 hours. That's good. Because if I was Baker acted, I would have stayed at the hospital for more than 2 days. And trust me, I know how it goes, and I've been Baker acted for like over 20 times. And I've been going through this when I was younger. Trust me, back then was really tough. So I don't want to say too much about it, but you get the picture. So yeah, when I got inside the Uber ride and my friends called me, that's when I explained to my friends about what's going on. And they said that my mom was extremely messed up for that, for lying to the police officers, telling them I'm schizophrenia and try to have them to take me away from home for a long time. And guess what? It didn't happen. God put a stop to it. Be like, nope, you're not taking my child. You're not going to put my child back in a psych ward. She is perfectly fine and she is doing great. And you're not going to mess this up for her. So yeah, after the Uber driver dropped me off home and I walk inside the house, there was no arguments. There was no drama. My mom wanted me to apologize for her for calling her names, yelling at her, and saying all the hurtful stuff to her, even though she started all this first. And I don't ever start anything with nobody. So yeah, we had a conversation, and I told my mother, you know what? Enough is enough. So what I'm going to do now is find other ways to get a job, stack up my money, and once I have all the money, I'm going to be moving out of here for good and not see you again. So yeah, I did apologize to my mom. She did apologize for telling my personal business to other people. Because what we did to each other was quite wrong. And yeah, I don't want to say too much of the rest what my mother was saying to me after I got home. So, and it wasn't too bad either this time. So yeah. So anyway, That's pretty much all that happened. I am safe and I am okay. And the reason why I had to make the video, because just in case if I was going to get Baker acted for more than 3 days and stay there at the hospital for more than 3 days, but it didn't happen, y'all. I'm okay. Thank God. So yeah. So yeah, that's it for the story time. Tune in for more story time on my YouTube channel. And I'm feeling quite sleepy. It is around 10 p.m. at night. I'm going to go to sleep. So y'all tune in for more. And y'all have a good night or a good day or whatever time you're at. So stay safe, stay positive. Don't let any bad negativity get through you. Just leave it up to God. Have God to deal with your problems and everything will be all right. So yeah, anyways, good night. I love y'all. Bye.